you've got two units facing towards another unit. Generally, you want to be at 90-degree angles to each other, so you're not shooting at or over each other. If you've never fired one of those things, first of all, firing one of those things is like getting into a 55-gallon oil drum with a quarter-pound block of TNT. It goes off and it goes bang. You kind of sit there like Wile E. Coyote for a second and go, did I hit him? Okay. Man, this is a hairy fight.
Ooh.
Yeah, so there was a 50 cal involved in this fight. I think it's off to the left. Another grenade.
Those are Russian ones coming.
Yeah, it is. Okay, that's a Russian RPG, or is what the letter says. So we'll see if that goes off here. What's going on? Yeah. Okay, interesting. They missed. You could see that thing. It went off and it looked like it nicked that tree, but it didn't, the warhead didn't explode. So it's cool. You can rewind that. You can see the RPG fire. You can actually see them coming at you. The closer, the less time to react. But, you know, that guy, so he missed with the RPG. He aimed too high. It hit about 10 feet up the tree and it went. They'll go for 800 yards, but that thing probably hit the ground 500 yards off to this side.
So was he trying to hit a tree, or
No,
you should be aiming for the ground?
He was aiming at the ground, but you know, you again,
panic.
If you've never fired one of those things, first of all, firing one of those things is like getting into a 55-gallon oil drum with a quarter-pound block of TNT. It goes off and it goes bang. You kind of sit there like Wile E. Coyote for a second and go, did I hit him? And if it's the first time he ever fired it, he's not going to hit him.
Also, is this too close contact for the RPG? That's what he was worried about?
That was just about the arming distance. Right here. This looks like, what, 60 yards or so.
So he's right here. He's trying to probably put it right here.
Exactly. So watch how high it is. See, and it hit that tree and it didn't go off. So okay, this is where you can get into some danger. You've got kind of a Norwegian intramural firefight, right? You've got two units facing towards another unit. Generally, you want to be at 90-degree angles to each other, so you're not shooting at or over each other. But, you know, situation dictates. You know, if you have good radio comms, and I notice these guys are not, some of them are not wearing inter-squad radios. If I was in Alpha and Bravo, I'd tell Charlie to get down, because I'm going to lay down some heat and move forward. And you look, Charlie, you look for what we call squirters. Anyone who's getting out of the trench and trying to run, you hose them.
Okay. But what about this right behind Alpha and Bravo?
They've got to determine where that guy is. See, and there's the situational awareness. Alpha and Bravo are in a perfect condition to crossfire, you know, the guy here on the left. But if you're facing forward, I mean, and that's why I don't want to nitpick these guys, because, man, this is a swirling fight.
Well, what was it? Everyone's general in the hindsight.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Some quote. Yeah.
Everybody's a squad leader on this. So you see that's a Humvee burning right there.
Oh, okay. 3 Russians we can see.
Yep. Okay, you can see these guys. One of them's curled up in a fetal position. This guy looks like he's still wearing his pajamas.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. How worse, like, equipped they are.
Yeah, which is generally the case. And, you know, the other thing is, look, these Russians were put out there. There is no way back for these guys, right? Look, you're out there in one of those fields, and this is what's left of the tree line. When these guys dug these holes, every piece of wood you see there was a standing tree. It's been hit so much, it's just chewed up. Okay, you can see that guy's an idiot too, right? The other guy's like, dude, don't shoot over my head again.
Hey, he's here on the left, be careful. He's here on the left, be careful. Where? Here, right here on the left, here. Left. Get into that position. Mussey's hit. Man down. Man down.
Okay, that, you know, this guy probably has got a plate carrier.
The guy who got hit?
Yeah, and it depends. He just got hit with a 7.62 round. It slowed it down, but the trauma is still communicated to the body. I don't know how bad this guy's hit, but he seems to have gotten it in the chest.
They frag it. Mossy,
Man, this is a hairy fight, right? This is a completely hairy fight.
Which is insane because, like, again, I'm not informed at all, but I would think 3 versus like 8, 9 would be an easier fight, but it's like not at all.
Yeah, the Russians are not really, look, they're fighting back enough. They've already wounded 2
Yeah.
guys, but you can tell when you look at them, they're making no effort, the Russians, to work together. And they don't know how, right? How could they have learned that? Look, these guys don't even play Call of Duty, right? They've got no clue. And these guys are they all know what they're doing.
Better equipped too.
Absolutely better equipped.
Drone. Oh, kamikaze drone.
Oh, that's fun.
Trump! Fuck! Suicide drone! Turn the fucking east ammo! They're coming for us. Suicide drones. There's cover. Here, lift put your legs straight out. All right, Mossy. I'm gonna molest you a little bit. Get these fucking grenades out of you. Oh, can you hold that there? Right, one.
And you're generally carrying hand grenades, you can see the tape on them. I used to like to put rubber bands around them because I could, get the rubber band off pretty quickly. But you don't want the pin getting pulled and that thing going off in your pocket. I think the other thing people can see from this, if you're in a trench fight, you can't have enough hand grenades, right? Because something you can't shoot at, you could throw the grenade over.
Cover me! Fuck!
Oh, that's such a cool.
Ouch.
That was a great throw.
Yeah, it was a pretty good throw. Something we're not seeing in here that goes on all the time. When you're in the fight, it's hard to do, but you want to make sure you got some idea of how many rounds you fired so you can change magazines. I used to always keep my shirt tucked in so I could take my magazines and drop them down my shirt front, right? Because, if things are really bad, you can drop them. I was one of those guys that liked to have 2 magazines taped together. So I had 60 rounds right on me ready to go. In my first magazine change, all I'd have to do is, pull it out and stick the new one back in. But that's an old guy trick, It's hard to teach me anything new. I'm just an old dog.
Yep. Careful, mate. Yeah.
Okay. What's that?
I don't know.
So one of the things that's going off here is if you look down right over the O, what this looks like is it look like big green sardine cans. And that's what the Russian ammo comes in. And I think what we're seeing is the ammunition cooking off here.
Okay. Cooking off as in like someone's hitting it or just
Well, it got hot. Maybe somebody hit it. It takes a while to be in the fire, but it'll eventually start going off. And a bullet that goes off like that, it doesn't shoot the bullet out. The whole thing explodes when it's exposed to fire.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
I wouldn't go in. There's still a dart. It's too dangerous. I don't want you to crash.
Russians. Okay.
Yep.
Cover high, cover.
Frag out! I wouldn't go in. There's still a dart. We broke frags in here, but there was one dart.
He's taking him. Check him. See if he's got a grenade.
Bad guy at the office, mate.
Bad day at the office is what he said. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, here we've got a dangerous developing situation. You've got Alpha and Bravo, and they are sort of facing each other. But you can see even that angle that they're offset. If they both crossfire on that position, you know, they're going to dominate it with fire. But we're sitting here. We got the view from above. We know where the bad guys are. And Alpha and Bravo and Charlie, you know, they don't know where the bad guys are. And it never works like a Bruce Willis movie. You know, they don't cut to the bad guy and show him pulling a hand grenade with his teeth. You got to find him. And, you know, that's what makes this such amazing footage. We're also able to hear these guys conversing in English. So, wow, it's an amazing piece of footage.
The war footage in the reaction you just watched was one of many videos that we record every single week here at Basics Insider. Our goal is to keep you guys informed and share the reality of Ukraine's heroic fight against Russia. We invite many experts like the former Navy SEAL Chuck Farr, who you just watched. But the problem with posting a lot of these war footage is that, well, YouTube guidelines don't really allow us to post them here uncensored. YouTube often restricts our videos or sometimes even outright deletes it. That's why you saw a lot of blurred and censored footage in this clip. So, to be able to show you full uncensored videos, we built our own platform. This is where you can watch these videos in full length, 100% uncensored. That way we can show you the reality of the war and learn from army experts who have real life experience. So you can join the platform by clicking the link in the description or going to basicsinsider.com. You can also scan the QR code on your screen.